Now, let's talk about putting your passion into print. When you proposed this book,
Yeah.
what did your proposal look like?
Yeah.
You know, are these things bound, or how do they
Okay,
go?
so most publishers do not want anything bound because in an ideal scenario, they get excited about it, they Xerox it for all their colleagues, and just imagine trying to unbind something that's been either glued or whatever, it makes it a big pain. So unbound manuscripts, double-spaced, so that they're easy to read. And again, the more beautiful that you can make it, the better. We had a proposal that we did for a visual book and actually hired an art student to design a cover for the proposal. And that, I think, really made a distinct difference.
So it was just a non-bound folder that they could then take out of.
Just 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper with just a paper clip on top. Yep.
Wow, excellent. Okay, so we understand then that you've got a query letter process, and then you've got the full proposal that you better be able to present if the query is answered in the affirmative. Okay, so all of this happens, then what?
Okay, so shall we talk about querying an agent themselves?
I think.
Okay.
Agents are an anonymous part of the publishing process. Everyone can name their favorite writers. Nobody can name their favorite agents unless they're actually in the business, who even has a favorite agent. The good thing to know is that agents operate in one way out of fear. They're desperately afraid that they're going to pass on the next Harry Potter. And every agent who's been in the business for a while has passed on a book that's sold millions of copies. So writers need to think of it's adjusting your thinking rather than a desperate writer. Think of yourself. You could be the next J.K. Rowling. You could be the next Lemony Snicket or whoever. I think when writers take that mindset, it makes it much easier to go out and sell yourself. Now, we have an insider's tip for finding an agent. Go to those books that are in your competition section, look in the acknowledgments section, and you'll see so many times agents who are thanked. Make that list of those agents, start accumulating them, do your research, find out, you know, let's say Bob is doing his book on pugs. Let's find out that one agent who's a pug lover. That's the person you're going to connect with.
And the one thing you want to make sure is that you're not querying an agent who's represented a book that is directly competitive with yours, because that's not the kind of person, then they're playing one off against another.
Okay, so the query letter then becomes your first contact.
Presentation, that's right. And there's 3 elements to a query letter, 3 paragraphs, 1 page. The first paragraph, we encourage people to learn everything that they can about the appropriate agents for their book. So for example, people query me all the time about science fiction. I don't represent science fiction, so their query letters get thrown out. So instead, if people find out that I'm a pug lover, in that first paragraph you want to say, I'm a pug lover too, I noticed that you did a bunch of pug books, and here's a book that I think would fit well on your list.
And the second paragraph of that query needs to be your pitch. Basically a boiled down version of your overview, in which you say what the book is about without giving it all away. And the third paragraph is your bio, basically boiled down to 1 paragraph. Any publication you've done, any awards you've won, something about you that sort of brings you to life for the agent or the publisher.
And if you've done your agent research, you know if the agent simply wants a query letter first, or if they prefer a query letter and
you
proposal.
really should follow the guidelines that the agent asks for. A lot of people make the mistake of sending piles of manuscripts and all kinds of stuff. So not a good idea.
Okay, well, when we come back, we're going to talk about just how to jumpstart this process. If you think, oh, wait a minute, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, it's ready to go. Well, we're going to show you how to do that on Inside Out. This particular show, we're going to talk about how you can, in essence, jumpstart this whole process via a really very exciting opportunity linked to the book, Putting Your Passion into Print. But before we do that, I just wanted to say one of the whole parts of this process that often we don't even discuss is that after an author makes a connection with an agent and gets a publisher, they do promote and promote and promote. And you guys are on a whirlwind tour of the world, it would sound like, in this coming month. It's a dazzling schedule. Would you say that this is the common level of promotion that really goes into doing a book right?
No.
Sadly, no.
These days, unless your last name is Clinton and you're Bill or Hillary, it's very rare that you get sent out on book tour. We happen to have a fantastic publisher, Workman. And when we first conceived of this book, we said we're either going to publish with Workman or we're not going to do the book. Because the publishing business who still actually sends writers out on the road, and they have a fantastic publicity and marketing team. But generally speaking, publishers don't do that
It's
anymore.
just up to the author.
It really is.
And that's why they want to hear in your proposal what you're going to do.
That's right.
You are your book tour.
Right,
That's
exactly.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Part of your bio. Yeah. So,
Right.
absolutely. Well, okay, I'm going to do another shot of the book to whichever camera works, and all cameras work. And you have a website, an
Yes.
associated website with the book, and I'll talk a little bit about the opportunity based on delving into that website.
Well, been traveling the country for a couple of years now, and we've heard so many great pitches for great books and what surprised us was it wasn't just people who were writers. It's chefs, doctors, lawyers, midwives, all different kinds of people who are not primarily writers, but they feel like they have a passion for a subject and they want to get their message out to the world. So we thought, well, what can we do to help these people get their start? Because it's hard to get started in any business, and particularly in publishing. So we decided to come up with a contest.
And this contest is called Win a Chance to Put Your Passion into Print. And anyone can go to our website and download the form and send in a 100-word pitch for their book. That's less than half a page. And the winner will receive representation by the Levine Greenberg Literary Agency in New York City.
Excellent. So the website does it all, essentially. It'll lead
That's
you
right.
right there. It's an intuitive path to do it.
Exactly.
Well, I'd like to thank both of you on the edge of a long day in Dallas and a whirlwind tour. I'd like to thank you both for joining us.
Thank you
Thanks
so
much for
much.
having
It was
us.
great.
It was really fun. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Inside Out.